Hello everyone, welcome to Edufy. Today we are here in the next part of our series, that is learning MCQ, learning history through MCQ. So this is part 11 of our series, which is being continued in the history section. Coming to the first question. So question number 1, in Gupta administration unit, Bhukti was headed by Vishyapati, Uparika, Kumaramatya, Gramika. So here, after completing the section on the post-modern times, we see that in Indian history, Gupta administration will once again do the political consolidation. With respect to that, we are taking up the questions largely related to the facts as well as the terminology associated in the Gupta administration. And then slowly we'll cover other aspects also. So in this series, so Bhukti is referred to as Bhukti is an administrative unit who will be headed by your Uparika. Uparika was an officer heading this unit, that is Bhukti. Next question, the land grants were generally recorded on. So Gupta rulers used to give land grants to the important rulers, to the important people of this section of the society. For example, land grants to the Kshatriya section, to the Brahmin section. So they were inscribed. About them, it was written on the copper plates. Next, which tax during Gupta period was collected in the form of compulsory labor, or you can say that a form of forced labor. So it is called visht. It's certain visht here, but it is vishti, T-I. Okay. So answer here is vishti. Vishti is a form of forced labor that is done during the Gupta period. Okay. So that is the answer. Coming to the fourth question, which Gupta ruler is mentioned in Bhitari inscription? So there are multiple inscription. For example, Mehrauli iron pillar inscription, Bhitari inscription, Iran inscriptions, which we will read with respect to Gupta administration. So in Bhitari is, which ruler is mentioned in Bhitari inscription? It is Iskandagupta. About the last, you can say, who was Iskandagupta, with the last important ruler within the Gupta empire. Now coming to the next question, Gupta district was known as Ahara Janpad Vaishya Nadu. So it is known as Vaishya. Okay? Vishaya. It is known as that. So district in the Gupta time period. Coming to the next question, Gupta gold coins were called dinar. Answer is C, dinar. The next question is, Mehrauli iron pillar inscription refers to, or it is built by which ruler? It is built by during the time period of Chandragupta II. So that is the answer. Coming to the next question, Dash Avatar temple is located in which place? See, the temple construction began during the Gupta period, and which style evolved in the temple architecture in the North India that developed during Nagara during the Gupta period, that is your Nagara style of temple architecture. So within that you will see this first, one of the earliest temple that was constructed in North India, that is your Devgarh temple, or we call it the Avatar temple at Devgarh. Coming to the next question, Ajanta paintings belong mainly to, so Ajanta paintings are the very large scale paintings done on the Ajanta caves using the natural colors, and you will see the paintings belong largely to which religion? To Buddhism. And these paintings also evolved during this time period of Gupta era only. Next question, the author of Abhijam Shakuntalam was, so it was Kalidas. Kalidas wrote Abhijam Shakuntalam. Next question, Aryabhatta, the famous mathematician, propounded that Earth rotates on its axis in his book Aryabhatya. So Aryabhatta wrote which book? Aryabhatya. And in that book it said the Earth rotates on its axis. Coming to the next question, the official in charge of war and peace, the officer that was keeping in charge, of the minister that was in charge of war and peace in the Gupta time period, was Sandhi Vigrahika. So remember these terminologies and important officers in the administration. It is Sandhi Vigrahika. Coming to the next question, Iskandagupta defeated which invaders? So when the Gupta period was in the state of decline, and the last important ruler was Skanda Gupta. At that time, he defeated Huns, the invasions that were happening, that was coming from Central Asian side, from the northwestern part of India, okay, into the northwestern part. So at that time, he developed a very good frontier on the northwestern side, and that is against Hunas. Next question, as you know that Gupta used to give land grants, that was recorded in the copper plates, but these, what happened with the due to these land grants? So the question is, Gupta land grants resulted in the rise of what? It led to the rise of feudal tendency or the feudal type of economy or the society. So what is feudal society? Where the main wealth or the main unit of wealth is land. Coming to the next question, the officer Kumar Amatya was associated with what? Village administration, provincial, royal court, and bureaucracy, temple management. So Kumar Amatya is basically a minister within the Gupta's administration. So he is associated with royal court and bureaucracy. Coming to the next question, the last powerful Gupta ruler was Skandagupta. He has defeated Hunas also. Coming to the question, the earliest known Gupta ruler, it is Shri Gupta, or we find that the founder of Gupta is actually Shri Gupta, the earliest known Gupta ruler. Coming to the next question, Fahim visited India during the reign of which of the following Gupta ruler? It is Chandragupta II. Okay, so the Chinese traveler Fahim came to India during the time period of Chandragupta II. Another inscription that we will talk about is Iran inscription is famous for mentioning what? So it is famous for mentioning the sati practice, right? That was prevalent during this time period and even earlier also. So the last question, guilds developed during Gupta period were called as. So what are guilds? These are the organization of merchants and traders, and the terminology used for them is Shreni. Somewhere you will find them Shreni or Shreshti or Sreni. Okay, so answer is B, Shreni. So that was all in the present series. Thank you very much, and we'll come up with the more question. Thank you.